at some point when our consciousness begins to disentangle and released from that very, very strong identification with the body-mind, which is always reinforced by the personal story, which is reinforced by the set of circumstances, and it's all based on memory anyway. So, and the memories and habits, we spoke about habits earlier. What are memories made of? There are memories and there are memories. There's a memory of the whole. There's a memory of wholeness, right? That's the true memory. The rest are impositions, impressions, memory that we hold on to. If that memory is sweet and we want to hold on to, all we need to do is to check whether that does not imprison us. And if there is any possibility for it to impede our freedom, then we may as well get rid of these memories. Or at least relax about it. We like to hold on to memories. In fact, we surround ourselves with memories only to reinforce that sense of validity of a personal story. Therefore, it takes a traveler, it takes the wanderer. Spiritual realization cannot be done by someone who wants to eat its cake and enjoy it too. Remain the whole life intact with all the elephants and with all the family members intact, with all the, with everything is being held, and now I'm going to realize myself, right? And all my roles and everything. It happens afterwards, but no one can trick that. The integral system cannot be tricked. This cannot be tricked. You cannot just leapfrog over that and hold it all together. No, this is why, whether sannyas or householder, there are equally important phases of progressive detachment so that you can reevaluate and come back and re-embrace it all in a different role. And the role not necessarily, this was my mother and this is my daughter. Roles can interchange. In Tantra, they are deliberately advised to be replaced. Seeing your child as your parent. Seeing your parent as your child. And various other possibilities in terms of not having that fixed ideation into the situation. Because that only reinforces the idea of a personal story, which is nothing, which is at best just an idea. So that when consciousness becomes more enlivened, becomes less, as it were, that has a less grip on us. And the subjectivity increases. With the increase of the subjectivity, we begin to experience the world of objective phenomena as if through some kind of lens of detachment, or through that gap of which you speak of. We can even experience hearing ourselves speaking, and there's this witnessing. We can experience and go through experiences that were deeply familiar, and yet there is this quality to it that undoubtedly has that air of separation. There's a greater witness. You experience yourself as a subject, and there is a object of your experience. Before it was so dominated by the objectivity of the experience, that the objectivity swallowed the subject. It gulped it down. And we were constantly at the mercy of the objects of our experiencing. So the witnessing state of consciousness is that required plateau where one can actually find the subject in the driving seat again, where then the world can be receded to that subject-object experience, which is now at a subtle level. It is very helpful, in fact, because we will then have the capacity to view our own experiences with an eye of detachment. There is an air between. Before it was too close, impossible to separate. That what experience itself had such a strong imprint that although that experience belonged to the objectivity, completely eclipsed the subject. So unless there is this distance, how can we have that more neutral, more balanced perspective on what happened to us? No, we go through life constantly lamenting about something, constantly in a victim role because, or in a, like we feel traumatized by life because there's not enough witnessing there. With losses and gains, all we know is that how it impresses us. It is essentially something which spiritual unfoldment is inseparable from. And that's how it's spoken of. It's spoken of as the witnessing state of consciousness. Witnessing state of consciousness provides us with the possibility which was simply not available prior to that. It affords to have a neutral perspective because the witness is uninvolved. There are degrees to witness, of course. And when you truly witness whatever without being affected by it, then you truly know that this simply belongs to the field of experience. And any personal impact vanishes. You see? It's a necessary separation. It's beating the butter into, beating the, cream into butter. You're separating the water from that, what would become that substance that one can make clarified butter later on.